Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here. We are here. We are live. We're live. Word of mouth, by word of mouth. Word of mouth is here. We're here.
We in this
Welcome.
thing.
We in this thing. Welcome, everyone. This is the first episode of our new podcast called By Word of Mouth. By Word of Mouth. We are finally free of any technical difficulties. We have been through a lot to get this first episode started. So just glad to be here. My name is Dre Morissette. Our podcast is called By Word of Mouth. And the first episode will be about generational health. So my name is Dre Morissette. And my co-host name is, I call her Stacks, a.k.a. 5. Stacks, a.k.a. Indy, a.k.a. Indianapolis 500. She's all across the water in Indianapolis. And we're here. And her real damn name is what?
Tanika Wagner from the Nap Town, y'all. Hey.
From the damn nap, from the dirty nap. Listen, before we even get started, before we even, start kicking off the conversation, I want to give a little introduction of who I am, Stacks. I want to tell them who I am.
Okay.
Again, my name is Dre Morissette. I'm a licensed barber since 2003. Been cutting for 20 plus years. I am a certified personal trainer and nutritionist. I got my certification through ISSA. It took me 6 months. So I am certified in a lot of things that we're going to talk about. I'm not just on this podcast talking. So the expertise of what we know in our mind will come through our expertise of us getting certified in the things that made us knowledgeable about things we're going to be talking about. And Stacks, tell them where they can. I'm sorry. Before she gives you the introduction of who she is, I must let y'all know my platforms on social media. You can find me at on Instagram at my Instagram page is positive1150. You can find me on YouTube. It's Dre Cuts and Fitness. You can find me on TikTok at positive1150, and you also can find me on Facebook at Dre Morissette. Now, Stacks, tell them who you are.
Okay. I am a certified lifestyle weight management specialist. I'm also a certified group instructor, exercise instructor, And by day with the corporate America, I'm a certified medical coder. So I've been in healthcare for at least 20-something years. So you can also find me. Also, I'm the owner of Body Embrace LLC and Body Embrace for You, which I also sell women active wear and waist trainers. I also sell health and wellness supplements through a company called Total Life Changes. If everybody knows the popular NutriBurst and IOSA Tea. So you can find me on, I have 2 IG pages. You can find me at Lane1 and also at Body_Embrace LLC. You can find me on Facebook at The Body Embrace. You can also find me on TikTok at thebodyembrace.com, and also with all my direct links, and also I have a website. You can find me at beacon.ai/The Body Embrace. I have all my direct links to everything that I just mentioned as well.
So we are definitely certified. And before I forget, I own my own fitness business. It is called Transition Fitness 1150. Transition Fitness 1150. And I also have a page on IG at Transition Fitness 1150. So now that you have all our credentials, knowing damn well we can talk about what we're going to talk about. So you can't say, I don't know what they're talking about. Well, damn it, we didn't give you the credentials. So let's get rolling. Like I said at the beginning of the conversation, our conversation in first episode will be called generational health. All right, not generational wealth, generational health. And the similarities is this: when it comes down to generational wealth, you got somebody that started off and they either created a business and made it successful, and it trickled down from generation to generation to generation. So that wealth stayed within that generation and was passed down and passed down. So that family history comes from money. When you talk about generational health, that's a totally different situation. And that situation is like this. Our culture, and I'm talking about black culture, because I am black, and Stacks is black as well. So we can only talk about our culture. Now, I know how some other cultures eat, but I can only really go into detail about us.
Right.
So from our culture, we as slaves were given the scraps, whether that was the bones, hogs, or pieces of whatever it was trash. But, as time passed on, we used those foods that were given to us as trash, and we passed them down from generation to generation, and they were glorified. But the thing about those foods that we glorified, they came with conditions, and those conditions equaled heart disease. They equal high blood pressure. They equal diabetes. They equal, stuff like colon cancer, prostate cancer runs rampant within our culture. So even though those foods were glorified, they came with conditions. So we're here to talk about those conditions and how to improve in our culture so we don't continue as time goes on and decades goes on, that we don't still have those conditions in our culture. You want to elaborate on that, Stacks? What you got to tell these good people?
So it's interesting because I'm always doing some research and everything. So I came across an article from the CDC, and it was basically saying, since we're talking about conditions, heart disease is one of the leading causes of death for men and women in different races. And it also states that one person dies every 34 seconds in the United States from cardiovascular disease.
Wow.
So when we think about heart disease, and like Dre was saying, we're talking about high blood pressure. We're talking about clogged arteries from all the sodium in food, unhealthy eating, and all of that. So that's one of the things that we're trying to bring awareness to, and see if we can educate you guys and help you guys out with this.
And education is we hear it all the time. Education is key, but not
Amen.
to bore you with that. We're trying to make it easier for you to process it and make it easier for you to have an open mind. So the one thing about where I just told you where it started from, the unhealthy way of eating, and I can also tell you this. In our culture, we fry every damn thing. Every damn thing. I'm talking about to the rooter to the damn tutor. We fry everything. And then growing up in the 80s, right?
Right.
Growing up in the 80s, my mother fried fish. She fried chicken. She fried burgers. She fried fries. And they used this grease. So once you were done, this is crazy. Once you were done with that grease, or you were done cooking, you put that grease back in a container. And that container originally came from Crisco, the Crisco oil, which is lard.
It sure did.
So we use that same reused grease time after time after time and again. And you would, during that point in time, and I'm sure even now, Stacks, if you go to some black people's houses, you will see that same damn container sitting on the stove.
Yep.
And when you think about that, and when you think about all that oil and that processed BS that your food is being cooked on, and you get these diseases. So, but at that point in time, as a child, we're like, yo, this food is good. I'm not thinking about what I'm thinking about now, that this will have an effect on us as people. So that in itself, you look at it like now, like, damn, man, my mama was frying everything. And on top of her frying everything, she was reusing the damn grease. And everybody was reusing the damn grease. So it just made it created a cycle, because when you think about what your mother or your father or your grandparents did, it was passed down to you. So you started doing those same things. Tell them, Zach, Wasn't you doing some of the same shit as you got older when you started cooking like your moms and your pops or whatever?
Yeah, I was doing it, and I had to make a change because that stuff stink too. So I was like, the old grease starts stinking and stuff like that, and then you're using a bacon grease to put in your collard greens and all type of stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Habits, like you said, generational health. So with that, you create generational habits based off what you learned. So then it's passed down to you to try to cook that way and stuff like that.
And then you create those conditions. And those conditions end up killing us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the food has changed. Even now, the food have these pesticides in it. So, and they have all these things that they put in steroids. So you're talking about the injections in the food, and you talking about frying and grease and all that. And we just don't know. A lot of these commercials, like with Popeyes, Church's Chicken, those are catered to us.
On every damn corner, up in the hood and everywhere, you see a damn Popeyes, Church's Chicken, and everything else. So, yep.
And that's crazy. Like Popeyes is geared towards us, and it's unhealthy as hell.
Exactly.
People flock. You know, there's people that flock to Popeyes, and people flock to Church's Chicken, everything fried, and they keep saying, well, when those who eat healthy, oh, you eat healthy, Dre, you eat healthy, it don't taste good, it don't taste seasoned. Man, that's BS. That's bullshit. It's bullshit, because if you're conditioned to believe that eating kale or eating another type of food that is good for you won't have seasoning, then I don't know where you've been on this planet, because you can season your food.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just like Stax was saying before about Mrs. Dash. Mm-hmm. Mrs. Dash comes in all types of flavors. It's Chipotle, it comes in chicken, it comes in whatever. Yep. And it's not salt. And the sodium creates things. Tell them, Stax.
Yeah, and then you can also create your own seasoning and adapt everything to your own taste. So take some fresh herbs, sage, garlic, onion, and do your own seasoning and get it seasoned the way that you want to season. Of course, it's going to take trial and error, but you got to practice first, and try it out.
And stop. Once you decide, like a lot of people talk about how to, in our culture, I'm talking about our culture. I'm going to give you the business, then I'm going to give you the solutions.
Exactly. We're going to keep it 100 on this podcast.
Got to 100%. And I know some of y'all ain't gonna like it, but it's the damn truth. Mm-hmm. Deal with it. The things that we doing as a people, we, like I said, we eating fried this, fried that. What disturbs me is this: when you think about a food like chitlins, what possesses someone to eat something that comes out of that stuff comes through, that filters through out your body, and that to me is I never understand why somebody would eat chitlins. And I remember my mom making chitlins one time when I was a kid, and I was like, what is that smell? It's a shit bag. That's what it is. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
you're cooking it, and you have to clean and cook and clean and cook. That's not something you should be eating. You're eating intestines. So my way of thinking is like, when you really understand what that is, why would you continue to eat it? Why would you continue to put that in your body, even when it comes to the pig? A lot of people don't know. I'm gonna give you a scenario, Stacks. I'm gonna give the people a scenario. A lot of people don't know that a pig doesn't sweat. A pig doesn't sweat. Now imagine you being with your husband or being with your wife, and you meeting them and they never sweat. They never sweat. Can you imagine what they would smell like? Can you imagine what they smell like? And a pig will eat anything. A pig will eat shit, slop, and even eat a dead carcass, or even try to eat their young if the opportunity is there. So again, the processing of the mindset of saying, this is okay for my body. How can that be okay for your body, Stacks?
I mean, it's not. And then, I mean, I grew up eating chitlins and all that, pig feet, neck bones, chitlins and all that. Cause
Jesus
my family's
Christ.
from the South. So we ate. That's what we ate, So, but as I got older, then I started doing my own research. I said, man, I ain't eating this shit. And, so it's just like, it was horrible for your body. You know what I'm saying? After I doing all my research and all of that. And it's nasty. So in my opinion, I'm not trying to offend anyone out there that's still eating chitlins. That's not what we're doing here, to each his own, but I'm just speaking for myself that it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. I used this one time on one of my clients that I was training. This is what I told my client one time, and he had his son with him. In the conversation and the example was so real. This is what I said. This is what I said to my client. I was training my client, and he didn't understand the real reason of why he had to eat healthy. He's willing to train. He was willing to train and do all that. He was willing to do all that. Like whatever what the workout was, he's willing to do it. But his thing was this. Dre, I can have this and that every once in a while, or I can eat it. What's the big deal? So what I told him is this. This is crazy. I said, if you met your wife, this is what I told him. And his son was right there too. I said, if you had met your wife, and when you first seen her, you thought she was pretty and whatever, and then you saw her eating out the trash can, would you still have, if you knew she was just eating because that's what she loved to do, eat out the trash can? She wasn't poor. She wasn't, no issue. She just loved to eat out the trash can. Would you have still tried to talk to her? And he said, Dre, no. And it had a profound effect on not just him. It really bothered his son. And he had to give his son, when they went home, he had to tell his son, this is the scenario. He's equating food to something that is relevant to your life. So if I say that, like, yo, imagine you meeting your boyfriend or whatever, and he was he was eating out the trash. He's not attracted to you no more. Same with a woman. It's vice versa.
Right.
But that concept did something to him, and it made him realize, because I gave him example based on something that he loves and something that he can familiarize himself with, and that he can equate that to food. And I swear to you, he eventually stopped eating the pork. He stopped eating that, and he just started trying to make a new way of life. But sometimes you gotta be able to put examples on people, especially us, because we are always so willing to say, oh man, you gotta die from something. No.
Why do they say that?
I was about to say something, but I didn't want to say that. So I would say, I don't know why people say that. I mean, I just think it's force of habit. I think it's conditioning. It's the way that you're conditioned that, hey, this is how we were raised and this is what we know. But that ain't all you know. That's all you allowing yourself to know.
Exactly.
So I just hope that us having this conversation and talking to people and helping them understand, like, listen, nobody's trying to force anything on you.
No.
But when you talk about reality, think about this reality. The food that you eat, and I said this to Stacks, the food that you eat, why does it make you tired?
Exactly. Make you tired, you bloated, then your skin, acne and stuff, all of that.
So knowing that, but why does it make you tired? Why doesn't the food that you're eating, that we're glorifying in our culture, why doesn't it give you life? Why doesn't that food that you're eating, pigs, hog, mugs, fat back, chicken necks, I mean, come on. I remember one time I even seen a pickled pig's feet in a jar that the corner store was selling. Come on, who's eating that shit? So why doesn't the food that our culture glorifies doesn't bring you life, doesn't make you have energy? Why does that food that you are eating doesn't let you use the bathroom within a certain amount of time. Help me understand that, because the food that I eat, they said, I don't, what is it? Live to eat. I don't live to eat. I don't eat to live. No, I don't live to eat. I eat to live. Because that food is making me live, is bringing me life.
Right.
So just overall, it's like, yo, why doesn't that food bring you life? Why are you exhausted? Why are you bloated? Why are you gaining weight? Why is all this happening if this food is such a good thing for you? Why is it not doing? So tell me, Stacks, why isn't this food not giving these people life?
With all the saturated fats and oils and all that stuff that's in there, then it's staying trapped in your body, so it's not going to pass through your body through your intestines or anything like that. So it's going to stay trapped, and you're going to stay tired and, like I said, bloated and all that stuff. And
you're clogging your arteries. You're consistently clogging arteries.
Exactly.
Consistently. And just speaking from a factual point.
Mm-hmm.
They say, I don't even know it. I've been eating healthy since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you what a steak tastes like. I couldn't tell you what any beef or red meat tastes like. But let me tell you something. This is a fact. Steak stays in your body for 56 damn hours. Now, when some of it, I'm not going to say all of it, when some of it comes out, what do you think the rest of it that didn't come out, what do you think it's doing? If it was in your body for what? If it's 48 hours, that's 2 days. So we talking about almost 3 days, if not 3 days in your, a little over, what is it? About almost 3 days in your body. What do you think it's doing? You think it's cultivating, it's creating life? Nah, it's rotten.
Yeah, it's trapped in your colon and your intestines. It's trapped.
Right.
All that waste, toxins in your body. Trapped.
Toxins. Trapped. And Stacks is right. I didn't think about it. It's toxins. That's all it is. It's toxins. So this is just something that we're just trying to relay to you. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but I want you guys to know that just try to understand the food that you're putting in your body. Read the labels. A lot of people don't read labels. Like the Food and Drug Administration are getting over on y'all because they know, I hate to say that, they know we're not going to read the labels.
Right. That's true.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They know we're not going to read the labels. Oh, it's whatever.
Right.
Read the labels. Turn it around. Google the words that's on that label and see if it's still appealing to you. See if that's still appealing to you. I don't understand why I don't understand why people don't read labels. And I know why. I don't know why I just said I don't. It's the conditioning. It's the conditioning. And understand that if you start eating a different way,
right,
see the effects that it will have on your body.
Right.
Like Stacks was saying, she said the skin, all that toxins, see if that's removed from your body, the bloating, all that stuff will begin to dissipate from your body. And understand how great of energy. Every client that I've ever trained, even that the people that my clients, as far as haircuts that come in and ask me for advice, and I tell them about the eating, they instantly, when they come back and say, Dre, man, my energy. The energy, tell them about the energy.
Yeah, your energy level's going to be on 100 because if you replacing everything, so we're not bashing people or nothing like that and saying, no, don't eat fried this and that. We're trying to educate you guys and show you guys substitution for that. So if you're a person that eat fried fish and fried chicken all the time, how about trying to bake it or grill it or even try your air fryer? You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to cut down on the fried foods that we intake in our bodies, and that's all we're trying to educate you guys on and everything. So once you try to adapt to that mindset, then you start feeling a little bit better and everything. You feel less tired, less bloating. I guarantee you'll feel less bloating and everything because you letting things pass through your body instead of get trapped up in your body.
Right. And then she said the air fryer.
The air fryer. The
air fryer is, I've never had anything from air fryer. I want to, but try it, man. It's like, come on. You don't have to put everything in the cast iron skillet and fry everything. Like the air fryer it's a lot more healthy and you can season your food.
Yes. Yes.
Stop saying this shit. Like,
Yep.
you can still. I made a post on my Instagram about I had made some buffalo style chicken, and I grilled the chicken up. I grilled my vegetables and I put it on my kale and all that, and I dipped the chicken into buffalo sauce, and man, it tastes good as hell. It tastes good.
I bet
as
it
hell.
good.
So the things that you think about, if you stop being conditioned by certain things, you can think outside the box and say, you know what? Let me season this fish up like this and put it in the air fryer. Let me see how that tastes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let me see how that. And that's the thing. If you allow yourself to be open to the idea of like, you know what? I don't need to fry this. Let me put it in this air fryer. Let me put it in the oven. Let me see how that tastes. And let me just put my little seasons on it and put my little touch on it. And then see how that tastes before you decide to say, nah, before you turn the idea down. Before you turn that idea down, allow yourself to try it and see where you at. And once you start liking it and it tastes just as good, you start removing yourself and you start feeling a little bit better about what you're eating. Trust me. So you got anything else you want to tell the people before we give these people resolutions?
No, just basically what you said. It's all about trying it out, substitute. Try some things, different things out. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be different? Yeah. Is it going to be easy? Probably not, but once you get used to it, you just got to try it out, So me and my daughter, we try different things out all the time. She'll fix something like, hey, Ma, try this, and I'm like, okay, let's try it. It tastes good. We use different seasoning and everything. We'll saute some different type of vegetables and everything, So it's all about trying it out until you make it your own. And once you do that, then it's on and popping after that,
It's
so
on and popping. But just like Stock said, try it if you got to try it. And also, before we get away from before we end this podcast, I want people to know, start choosing the oil that you cook your food in. If you absolutely have to fry something, you just say, Dre, Stacks, I don't want the air fry. I don't like the air fry. Damn that, I gotta have it fried. Well, try some different oils. Try to cook it in olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. At least by going that route. At least if you go that route, you'll minimize some of the unhealthy non-benefits, the unhealthy ways of cooking your food. So just try to eliminate the canola oil. If you realize canola oil is bad for you, all these other oils besides, like I said, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil, coconut oil. You can cook those foods and those still have the properties of some type of health benefits in those things. But man, just understand, if you give yourself the opportunity, just give yourself an opportunity to say, if you're frying something all 5 days a week, say I'm gonna fry something like 3 days a week, and then start from there. But just begin to start, and once you begin to start, it becomes easier and easier and easier. So our resolutions to you guys, is, Stacks, give them 2 resolutions, you think?
Well, my resolution is trying to either bake or grill, or like Dre said, try the air fryer. I personally haven't tried the air fryer yet. My daughter has. I bake everything. I started baking everything over 10 years ago, so I bake everything. So just try it, just small changes. Try the different herbs and spices and get it seasoned the way that you like it, and don't get discouraged. And just make small changes, That's my resolution right there. It's all about making small changes.
Make small changes, and also just know about the oils that you cook your food in. Know about your oils you cook your food in, and get healthier chicken. If people eat chicken, a lot of people eat chicken, man, listen, get healthier chicken. And I know everybody, and I want to say this because you have some backlash, everybody can't afford to eat healthy.
Bullshit.
You can afford to try to eat a little bit better. Because you got to understand this. Why does it cost more to eat healthier than it cost to eat unhealthy? Process that. When you process that information and say, you know what? Damn. Why does, even if you, this is a solution for somebody who's eating ground beef, that's putting ground beef with their spaghetti. Have you ever tried ground turkey? Have you ever tried ground chicken? Try it. You're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna taste probably 100 times better, and it's gonna be 100 times healthier.
It is.
But you gotta be willing to try it.
Exactly.
Try that. So try to get healthier chicken. Try to get healthier when it comes down to spaghetti, because I know a lot of us eat spaghetti. Try ground chicken. Try ground chicken and ground turkey.
It's the bomb. That's what I make my spaghetti with, ground turkey.
And you also think about this, all the foods that, you eat with ground beef. Hey, you ever had have you ever tacos with ground turkey or ground chicken? You're going to put the same stuff that you put on your taco the same way, man. It's no different.
It's no different.
It's just healthier. And just learn to look, when you're picking up items, just allow yourself to read it. You gotta read it. If you don't read it, then you will not understand, and you will continue to go down the path of eating the same way. Read it. Even if you you got your phone with you all the time. So if there's a word that you don't understand, just Google it, and it's gonna tell you. It's gonna tell you what it is. And do you think you should be putting it in your body? That's your choice. That's what you got to figure out. If you know something is unhealthy for you, it's your job to decide, well, what am I going to do? And the way you should be telling yourself and to process that information is, I don't want to keep doing this to myself. I don't want to keep feeling bloated. I don't want to keep loss of energy. And guys, I'm going to tell you something, guys. If you start eating healthy and you got a woman, I'm telling you, she'll love you, because you have a lot more energy. You have a lot more blood flow. You'll be doing some things you wasn't doing when you was eating that bullshit. So the healthy way satisfies not you, it satisfies your girl, your family, and it allows you to spread the word, because we're trying to spread the word. We're trying to be healthy. So when we're no longer here on this planet, it continues on with your kids and their kids, and it keeps going. So we won't have some of the diseases that run rampant. They run rampant through the black culture. You know what I'm saying? So, Stacks, you got anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
Nope, that's about it. Just to learn to adapt to change. We change on a daily. If you learn to adapt to the changes try to substitute some of the fried stuff that you're eating. Like I said, it'll come to you real quick and easy. So it's it's about change. And remember your reason why you're changing. So
say it again, Stacks.
Remember your reason why. Any clients that I have, before they come to me, I tell them to write down the reason why you coming to me. And remember the reason why you're trying to change. Put it on your wall, put it on your bathroom mirror, put it in your car, put it on your phone. Just always remember the reason why you're changing the things that you're trying to change.
The reason why, because I don't train anybody unless they change their diet. I cannot mess with nobody who decides they're going to eat this. We're going to put in all this work, and you're going to still eat that same bullshit. It's not happening. It's not
happening. You're wasting my time at that point. So
you're wasting my time, your time, and all the other people's time that could be really trying to get this work. So in conclusion, we just hope that we touched on some things and that you were able to understand. We're not trying to force feed you. We're just trying to give you some information that say, hey, listen, why are these diseases only they're only really in our culture? And if you really understand, you look at the Asian people, they don't really have a lot of diseases. You look at, I think the only one that's kind of similar to us is Spanish. But I don't really know what white people carry, what kind of diseases plague them. But overall, I know about us. And if you have to ask yourself this, if we were never given those scraps and then started eating that certain way, will we still have some of these conditions, health conditions, in our culture? And I can't say factual, but I can speculate and say, it's a chance that we probably wouldn't have some of these things in our culture and in our families. We probably wouldn't if the way our select choices of food were different and we wasn't slaves and we had opportunities to different foods back then. So just allow yourself to say, hey man, I'm gonna try to see what Dre and Stacks are talking about. I'm gonna start reading stuff. I'm gonna start trying to do something. And once you try to get on that, once you on the journey of eating healthy, then you can bring your ass to the gym. So that is our show for today, and I hope to God that you enjoyed it. Best believe this is our first episode, so we're still learning along the way. We're gonna bring you conversations about relationships, fitness, haircuts, fashion, and one quick thing before we get out of here. I want to know something. I'm gonna give y'all a sniblet of what I want to talk about one time. Why are women letting guys get away with some of this shit that they're doing, wearing jeans that so damn tight that it's crazy? There's no way you wearing drawers under there. You know what I'm saying? And guys carrying purses, because that's what it is. You can call it what you want. Unless you live in Australia in the outback, that is a damn purse. And these dudes wearing these fake beards and these damn man units. Y'all gotta stop. Women gotta stop letting guys get away with certain things, because they don't let y'all get away with certain things. So that's one episode we're gonna really have a conversation on, because I really want to know why in the Sam hell some of these, I'm gonna say a lot of women are letting guys just wear anything, any damn thing, and y'all not calling them out on it, because they damn sure will call you out on it. I'm just saying.
All right.
So that's our episode, and I'm just glad to have this first episode under our belt, and we will bring you a lot more great conversations, and I hope you guys enjoyed us. Stacks,
yes.
Dre Morset. Remember, on Instagram, you can catch me at Positive 1150. You can catch me on Facebook at Dre Morset. You can catch me on TikTok at Positive 1150, and you can catch me on YouTube at Dre's Haircuts and Fitness. And Stacks, where can they see you at?
You can catch me on IG. I got 2 pages, at TE Lane 1 and at Body_Embrace LLC. You can catch me on Facebook at The Body Embrace. You can catch me on TikTok at thebodyembrace.com. And I'm not on YouTube just yet, but I'll be there one day.
She will be.
I will.
That's our episode. Hope you enjoyed.